All right. Are you serious, guys? Are you serious? This is serious. This just in. Israel under attack, the Holy Land under attack. It is October 7th. It is the 1 year anniversary of that brutal attack by Hamas that killed 1,200 people, butchering them basically, and taking 250 people hostage. Now, what we have a situation is this morning, 3 separate attacks in Israel. There are people are dead and multiple casualties of injuries. Let me tell you all about it and get you the exact details as Heidi's pulling it up for me. Let me first say real fast, if you guys don't mind, Mike Lindell, they have done this man wrong. Let's just be honest. I mean, a major big retailer canceled an order on him when he had unbelievable large amounts of inventory sitting in his factory where he just made these pillows, and then they canceled the order, which is about the most unethical thing you can do in business. I used to sell product. Rockets are flying everywhere here. I used to sell product to all the major chains, and the one unethical thing that you ever would do would order something, let the little manufacturer produce it, and then stick them with it. Well, that's what they did. That's what they did to Mike Lindell. And so he's put out to everyone that can go to mypillow.com/Paul. If you go to www.mypillow.com/Paul, he is offering pillows at $14 a pillow. Some of them at 18, 19. Okay. Unbelievable, incredible savings. And if you guys would go, part of that goes to help fund our ministry. I mean, that's how good he is. He helps churches and ministries all over America, and he does missionary work and stuff all over the world. So this is a guy who loves the Lord, who's been persecuted for his faith. You could be a blessing. This can be a blessing to you. Just go to www.mypill.com/Paul. That's www.mypill.com/Paul and use the promo code Paul. Use the promo code Paul. And I think I should have said that, and I didn't say that. So use that promo code Paul and get all these savings. Now, here's what's going on. Rockets, 5 rockets have hit Haifa. 1 rocket has hit Tiberias, and there's been an ambush attack at the bus station, Beersheba. At Beersheba, a gunman opened fire, killing an Israeli police officer and wounding 10 others. Okay, that was at Beersheba. 5 rockets have landed in Tiberias. In Haifa. My understanding is 10 people are injured there, right, Heidi? Can I read that somewhere? Is this it?
That's the bus station.
Okay, let me read the bus.
Here's Haifa.
Okay, let me read Haifa. So here's what happened in Haifa. The northern Israeli port city of Haifa was hit by 5 rockets this morning fired by Lebanese armed group Hezbollah, causing damage and injuring 8 people, according to Israeli authorities. The Israeli military said it was investigating how its air defense failed to intercept these 5 rockets. Hezbollah said it targeted a military base, but it didn't hit a military base. It hit right in the middle of Haifa. It hit right in the civilian area and injured 8 people. Another person was also injured when a barrage of rockets hit the town of Tiberias, which is located to east on the shore of the Sea of Galilee. Israeli warplanes, meanwhile, have carried out a new round of airstrikes in the Lebanese capital of Beirut, hitting what the military said were Hezbollah targets. The military also said a 3rd division had joined its invasion of southern Lebanon, where Hezbollah said its fighters were targeting Israeli troops in and around the border villages. An Israeli government has pledged to make it safe for the tens of thousands, about between 60 and 80,000 people who are displaced from northern Israel. They can't go home. And look, it's been a year. They want to get home. And so what Israel's doing now, ground invasion into southern Lebanon to drive back the Hezbollah terrorists so that the Israeli citizens can return to their homes in northern Israel. This is what's taking place now in this battle. The hostilities have escalated steadily since Hezbollah began firing rockets into northern Israel exactly 1 year ago. Today, they've fired over 11,000 rockets, and Hezbollah has remained defiant despite suffering a series of devastating blows in recent weeks. The 4,000 pagers that blew up in their hands, the 1,500 walkie-talkies that blew up in their faces, and about 3,000 Israeli airstrikes that have killed the top 13 Hezbollah leaders. Despite that, the ragtag group that's remaining are apparently, going to fight to the death. I guess that must be the plan. I don't know what the plan would be. It'd be great if they would just throw down their arms, retreat, and stop the hostilities against the innocent civilians of Israel. But that's what's happening. Now, meanwhile, let's talk about this one, Heidi. This is the border, right? At the border, actually at the Beersheba bus station, a border police officer was killed and 10 others wounded when a terrorist opened fire there in Beersheba Central bus station. The victim was identified as Sergeant Shira Suslik. He was only 19 years old, okay? A border police officer from Beersheba. As the country has marked it 1 year since the onset of the war, October 7th, today, it happened 1 year ago. The Israeli Defense Forces today are publishing a new data on its operations in Gaza Strip, its operations in the West Bank, its operations in southern Lebanon, and in Beirut. From the number of rockets fired at Israel to the number of sites struck by the Israeli Air Force, all of this is being calculated as Benjamin Netanyahu and his cabinet continue to put the hammer down on these terrorists that have, but there's still 101 hostages, guys, for a year in in Gaza, 101 hostages, 39 of them we know are confirmed dead. 39, and that's confirmed dead. We don't know what the fate is of the rest. So it's a horrific moment. But remember, there's still more terrorist plans in play for today. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem, pray for peace in the Middle East, and also America staying on high alert as there are threats against American infrastructures and situations here in America from the enemy that's within, that have been supporting Hamas. As a matter of fact, you've seen them parading around, you've seen the protests, but there are radical Islamic groups, terrorist cells right here in this country. And this is the anniversary. So stay alert, stay vigilant. Keep praying for the people in North Carolina, because obviously FEMA is way behind in the response. But American citizens are helping those people in desperate need there in North Carolina and Georgia and parts of eastern Tennessee that have been so devastated from this horrific Hurricane Helene. But meanwhile, I need you to pray for Florida, because this is a Hurricane Milton. Hurricane Milton is a Category 3 right now. And by the time it slams into Tampa, Fort Myers, Tampa Bay area, it will be a Cat 4 for sure, and maybe even a Cat 5. It's a monster. It's huge, and it is devastating. It is going to bring catastrophic damage, probably to between Fort Myers and Tampa Bay. And then it's gonna, but it won't stop there. I mean, this thing is a monster. If it comes to shore at a Cat 4 or 5, it's going to directly go right across the state, causing damage, spinning off tornadoes. All kinds of different things can happen as it's cutting across Florida. And here's something the meteorologists aren't talking about. When it comes out the other end of Florida, the other side, and dumps back into the Atlantic, besides all the rain it's bringing and damage and destruction, when it gets into the Atlantic Ocean, will it reorganize? And if so, will it head north and circle back toward the East Coast? These are the questions no one's even talking about, but I want to get ahead of that now. Okay. So from Tampa Bay to Orlando, that straight shot across, there is major concern. Governor Ron DeSantis is all over it. He's got teams in place. He's got support coming from other states in advance. Nobody does it better than Ron DeSantis, but this is tough. I mean, we're not even done with the last one up in the Big Bend area, and now we're facing this one coming across. So this is just a handful of things that are happening right now that we need to pray about. This just in, but pray for the peace of Jerusalem right now. They are under attack. Heidi, is that rockets going off? Is that what I'm hearing? So you're hearing it. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but the rockets are still flying at Israel this morning, and there's 2 more. And so again, pray. Okay, please pray. This is a dangerous day. This is a dangerous hour, and give your life to Jesus Christ, because we're running out of time. Heidi's checking to see on the rockets real quick here before we sign off here. Pray for us. We're traveling today, and we'll be headed into Virginia. Okay, here's rockets. What's that? Bet Heil, Gajar, and also this, what's this area? The academic college area. Okay, so that's just 3 more rockets that have just now been fired into the Israeli areas there, into the homeland and to the Holy Land. Is that northern Israel? Can you tell by that, Matt?
Pull it back out again.
Yeah, it looks like it's north of Haifa, isn't it? Yeah. So there's 3 more rockets have landed just north of Haifa in northern Israel.
Actually, it's pretty far inland.
Yeah, it's not on the coast. It's pretty far inland, but it's still northern Israel. It's south of Mount Hermon. Yeah. So, okay. And if you do that, if you pull this back in, you can see about where it's at. You can see Lebanon up here, and Haifa is right here. And you can see where it's hitting a little bit more. And see, this is the area where the people want to go back home, but how can you? That just happened in real time. And that's where we're at right now. Give your life to Jesus Christ, folks. If you're not saved, I mean, I don't even know how close we are to the rapture. And remember this, we're in the 10 days of awe. We're in the 10 days of awe. We're between the Feast of Trumpets and the Day of Atonement. The Day of Atonement starts at sunset, October 11th. So October 12th, if you will, is the Day of Atonement. But right now we're praying, we're repenting, we're in the 10 days of awe. People have been asking, Pastor, can I send in my Day of Atonement offering? Yes, you can. You can go to our website at paulbegleyprophecy.com. You can give your Day of Atonement offering, your prayer request. Certainly do that as we're coming closer to the day, which is October 12th, which will be the Day of Atonement. And also be in prayer, be in repentance. I preached last night, yesterday and last night, how the importance of searching our own souls. It's easy to spot somebody else's. You take 5 minutes, you'll find my flaws real easy, my mistakes. But we're to search our own areas of sin or unforgiveness, or we're holding grudges, or we're doing things internally that's not good, or we got bitterness. We got to get rid of these things. And this is the time to really focus. We should do that all the time. But I'm saying God specifically established a 10-day period for us to seriously analyze our own life, to be sure that we are walking in the goodness and the grace of God, just like God has extended that grace to us. We should do to others. God bless all of you. I'll be back a little bit later today with more updates right here on the coming apocalypse. Go to our website. Also, someone asked, can I still get a ticket for the webinar? October surprise. Yes, you can. And matter of fact, there's some key information in that now that is now starting to become very relevant in this month of October. So if you haven't got that webinar, go to my website at paulbegleyprophecy.com and get the webinar, okay? Just go to paulbegleyprophecy.com and click on October Surprise and watch this webinar. It's a very, very valid, very valuable information here in this month of October. I'll be back. God bless all of you. Are you serious? Is this really happening?